I'm really excited just about the group of kids that we have coming back. We've had, really good off season as far as last spring. This summer we were able to get out and get some experience outside of the state at a tournament in Lake Tahoe, and then we've had a good fall with the guys that were participating in fall sports. As well as the guys that weren't. We were able to get some conditioning in, and really looking forward to this group coming together. I think the biggest thing is going to be getting varsity experience. We really only have one, maybe 1.5 players that have had substantial varsity experience, and so we've got some young guys that are going to be new to playing varsity basketball, and I think getting that experience and getting that confidence early is going to be important for this group. We've got 2 seniors, Mac Tarver and Brody Powers. Well, I think both of them have been in our program now for 3 years. They've got a good understanding of what our expectations are, as well as some the juniors and a handful of the sophomores. They've now been in the program for a couple years and should know what the expectations are every day in practice and when we go on the road. I think that typically your older players are going to be your leaders by default, but we really want all of our players to be leaders. We need different guys stepping up at different times and holding each other accountable and holding themselves accountable. I think really being a great leader is leading by example and not just talking the talk, but you really got to walk the walk. And I think we've got a group of kids this year that have the ability to do that. I think, we did have some guys that were maybe thrown into the fire a little earlier than we would have liked, but it's the nature of it. And I think that they need to gain that, that experience and be able to utilize that experience moving forward. I think whenever players are thrown into the fire and maybe earlier than they should be, the thing that really gets tested is your confidence. And I think that making sure that these players can get back to that level of confidence that they're capable of will be most important, and being able to rely on some of the previous experience that they had, both in JV and in varsity. So, really looking forward to seeing what these kids can do. This year I think 3As is as deep as it's been. Certainly I think it's going to start within our region with Morgan. They went 8-0 last year. They've got a good group returning, and I think that they're certainly picked by the coaches as the team to beat. But I also think South Summit, they've got a couple state championships in football. All of their football players play basketball. I think that once you've had that success, it certainly carries over sport to sport. They know how to win. And, I think that they're going to be a very good basketball team. Grantsville graduated a handful of seniors last year, but they've got returning post players, and they've had good underclassmen in their JV sophomore program. So I anticipate they're going to always be good. And Summit Academy's got a new coach in Coach Baird, and he'll do things the right way. He's going to have his teams well prepared and playing hard. So, I think within the region, it's going to be a dogfight every night, which we understand, and we gained some valuable experience last year, and we'll look forward to going on the road again this year. Within the state, Richfield returns all their starting 5. We get an opportunity to play down at their place next Wednesday. Really looking forward for that opportunity. Got a chance to play Delta this summer, and I think they may have one of the top 1 or 2 players in 3A in the state. He can really score his ball, and averaged I think 20 plus last year as a sophomore, and as a junior he's a really talented individual. So it's going to be fun. I mean, I think top to bottom 3A's very competitive, and I think that you've got to have a great edge to you night in and night out if you want to be successful.